Hey everyone, it's Michael. I hope you're doing well today. I have not made a video in like 2 weeks. Mainly, even though this has kind of been commonplace this year, I went on vacation about 2 weeks ago. I just got back about 2 weeks ago, as a matter of fact. And I had a blast. We went to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee once again. Same place we went to for our honeymoon. My wife and I had a blast. We had so much fun at the cabin we were in. And I will tell you this. I didn't really read any Goosebumps books. I reread You Can't Scare Me, one of my favorites of all time, and I had a blast with that. Reread the first Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and that's why I've been so long. I came back and I was trying to really settle in on what I wanted to review for the channel now that I'm back, and I picked a bad one. We'll get there in a second. So, what am I going to review today? As the title shows you, this book is going to be Give Yourself Goosebumps, number 16, Secret Agent Grandma. I think I've seen maybe one review in all of YouTube's Goosebumps video history this entire year that I've been doing, more GYG type of stuff, I guess. And I've been trying to keep up with more Goosebumps, community videos from the different channels in the community. And I think I've seen one review for this, and I completely understand why. I talked with GoosebumpsFan recently for a failed video collab attempt, and when we were talking about it, I brought this up, and he said the same thing. He's like, I think I read that one time, and I don't remember almost anything about it, and boy do I understand, because I just finished this morning, as a matter of fact, and I've read it over the course of maybe 4 days, because I've just not been interested whatsoever at all. I've still been reading Stephen King's Duma Key, playing some Need for Speed Underground on PS2, which I recently bought on my vacation. I'm obsessed with it. Been playing Sleeping Dogs for 360. I love that as well, too. Never played it before, by the way. This book, everything from the incredibly goofy-looking cover, it looks like a Mel Brooks movie, to just the plot itself. Where do I even start with this? Let me start with the actual story. So you have your parents going out of town on some kind of trip, and your grandma's going to come visit. You have to go pick her up in a taxi at a local train station. And when you get there, you happen to have kind of two situations. You meet this one lady, dresses a lot like what you remember your grandmother dressing up like. You haven't seen her in ages. You don't really remember much about her, but you knew the way she dressed and the different stories you'd heard about her. And when you meet this lady, there's some weird things about her. However, there is another lady that looks just exactly like your grandmother inside of the train itself, who's writing on the window with, I think, lipstick or something. Writing "Help Me," but it's backwards. So it's like, what is it? Ple, I guess? I don't know. I can't read and I can't think backwards. Humans are odd. Anyway, so you decide, which grandma am I going to try to help? Am I going to take this one in front of me home who seems normal? Or am I going to take the other one who's apparently in some kind of kidnapped situation? Am I going to try to jump on the train to help her? And that's your real big kind of fork in the road situation in this book, which all of these GYG, Choose Your Own Adventure Goosebumps books pretty much have that. You have a really kind of beginning to the book where you have a big choice, and the book typically just, it kind of divides itself 50% one way and 50% that other choice that you could make. And of course, it's Choose Your Own Adventure, like I said, so most of this book is you making choices at the bottom of pages. This one feels like it went by a little too fast for me. I don't know how, because it took like 4 days to read it. It feels like it flew by. I don't know why. I don't know if there was less writing on some of the pages. Maybe it had a weirdly bigger font that I didn't recognize. I don't know. It was just a weird situation. But I will tell you this. Secret Agent Grandma, it has its cutesy moments. It has some kinda cringy, but I want to have secondhand embarrassment laughter about it at some moments as well. I just wasn't a fan at all. I think it's kind of a complete and utter dud in a lot of ways. It doesn't even feel like Stein wrote this. It feels like a Stein impersonator. It feels like it's trying to be clever, it's trying to be smart, it's trying to be funny, and it's trying to lean more towards the comedic aspect of this Secret Agent Grandma thing. There's a lot of weird alien stuff in this. If you like that, then maybe that's up your alley, I don't know. You would think with the title Secret Agent Grandma, it'd be more of like a spy thriller type of thing, like a James Bond type of thing with your grandma. Does it sound appealing to you? If you were a kid and you had heard about that, do you think that sounds appealing? I'm sorry. This is a bad idea for a kid's book to begin with. It's a neat idea for anything else, but as a kid's book, I don't think most kids would like this. I'll be honest with you. I don't think most grown adult fans, like myself, are very big fans of this either. That's just kind of where I'm clocking in at, man. This one's a big old fat dud. That's what I have to tell you. Secret Agent Grandma, the endings are all very weak. There's one particular thing in this entire book involving roses that I thought it was a little weird, involving something in the roses that genuinely was kind of scary a little bit as an imagery in my brain. You know, if this was a kid's episode for a TV show of Goosebumps, it wouldn't match what my brain managed to come up with for this imagery. And if you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. Your brain probably did the same thing. It was not a creepy, weird TV censored version of whatever this is describing here. But anyway, the adventure aspect of this is really not all that great. There's two best friend characters in here of your character that you're reading as in this book. They're okay. There's just really not a lot of adventure here. It's not a whole lot of fun, in my personal opinion. I thought for a book called Secret Agent Grandma that literally had a lady an alien taking off an old lady costume, I thought for sure we'd get some kind of weird Matthew Broderick, Inspector Gadget type of thing here. We didn't get anything. It's just a dud. Just a plain and simple, completely disappointing dud. With that being said, I don't know what I'm going to read next to try to make up for this. I did get, when I was in Tennessee, the last, most recent Slappy World books. I do have Slappy in Dreamland and whatever the other one is, Dancing with the Stars? I don't know what it's called. Whatever that one is, the cool space travel looking thing, I don't know what it was. Cool looking covers, regardless, both of those. I picked those up. Maybe I'll pick up one of those next. I don't know yet. However, when it comes to Secret Agent Grandma, what a flop. Dude, what a stinker. I'm sorry, but this is a really bad one. It's not as irritating as something like, well, there were good moments in this other book, Into the Jaws of Doom. It's the first special edition Give Yourself Goosebumps book. I really have moments of that I genuinely love, and I think it's some of the best moments of the entire Goosebumps franchise, including particularly The Visible Man, which is in that book. But this is more of this is so bland and dull that I have no idea why this was published as a Goosebumps Choose Your Own Adventure book. It feels like a filler book, but in the worst possible way. It came right before Little Comic Book Shop of Horrors, which is one of my favorites, if not my favorite, GYG book. So anyway, have you read Secret Agent Grandma? Do you hate this as much as I do? I don't even know if I hate it. It's just me, doing that whole hype train thing on YouTube about let's find a new book to hate. This one in particular, I'm not a fan of. Not a fan of this one, almost at all. There's a couple of tiny cutesy things, including the rose thing I talked about, that I thought were kind of nice, not so much eloquent, but kind of funny or silly enough to be like, okay. There's maybe 2 endings in the entire book that I liked out of like the 23 in here. That's all I got to say. Secret Agent Grandma is a dud, and if I had to rate it on a 5-star basis, I'd probably give it about a 2 out of 5. It's a very close, almost 1 out of 5, but I do like enough that I think it's a 2 out of 5 for me personally. What did you think about this really bad book? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What are all your thoughts? Put them down in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about it. I'm sorry it's been so long. I've tried to have a couple of things together for you, and I just couldn't get the time for it. I've been so busy with video games and another channel I've been kind of working on. I've been all over the place. Work has been insane, dude. You have no idea what kind of week I've had. If I could tell you personal details about stuff like that, I would, but dude, you have no idea. I promise you, no idea. Anyway, 2 out of 5 stars for Secret Agent Grandma. Put all your thoughts and comments and agreements and disagreements down in the comment section down below once again. Thank you guys for watching. I'm glad to be back. God bless you all, and goodbye.